Good afternoon, welcome to Love Answers, where we will be sharing all our tips and tools and techniques to aid well-being through healing. What we aim to do on this channel is to show that love is simple, and this is all based on my own knowledge, my own understanding, my own exploration and discovery on my journey of love. Which is something that I'm so passionate about, and as we all are, but I've just kind of thought that I'd share my understandings on what I believe love is, and some tips and tools and techniques to overcome heartbreak, which is kind of what I do as my day job, but I've kind of really channeled it into heartbreak. I do it kind of in a general format normally, but this is purely focused on love. So the way I'm going to do it is we're going to have Love Is cards, and for those that you've been on the channel before, there's Love Is cards, and we just do one card each time I do a reading. And then we have Heartbreak Asks, just show you Heartbreak Asks, and Love Answers. And the Heartbreak Asks cards are all questions that are very relevant when we are going through heartbreak, and the Love Answers are the answers based on what I believe is the greatest healer, and that's nature. So let's go with Love Is. Let's see what we have here. I've meditated on these cards, and okay, so Love Is, I shall put it there so you can see. Love is enough. And my first thought on this is love is always enough. You know, where there is love, there is life. When we're doing something we love, or we're with someone we love, or we're with people we love, it's always enough. We don't need anything else. And, you know, if you think about your dreams, or, you know, what you aspire to be or aspire to do, if you have a dream, it comes from a place of love. It comes from a place of purity. It comes from a place of passion. The dream enhances your life. Love is enough because it will always enhance your life. It will never hurt you. And it's, you know, when people go, oh, I don't like love because it hurts. It's not love that hurts. It's being a human being that hurts. You know, it's the emotions. It's the emotions and the misunderstanding, and the emotions becoming totally out of control and becoming totally overwhelming. That basically is what hurts you. Love doesn't hurt you, because the love is the pure point. It's the point when you meet someone, or you have a friendship, or you have a pet, or you have a dream. You know, it's that moment. It's the thing that, it's the ignition. It's the thing that brings life. It's the thing that ignites it. It's the purest form. That's why it is always enough. And when we have heartbreak, it's not love that breaks our heart. It's our emotions that break our heart. It's the overwhelming emotions that come over us when we lose something. And that's being a human being. It's being a human being that breaks you. It's not love that breaks you. This is just my opinion and my views on this. So if you take it or leave it, whatever works for you. But I think it's really important to realise that, you know, we play a huge part in, or being a human plays a huge part in the heartache, because we want what we want, and when we can't have it, our emotions and our desires completely overtake and blind us, and can destroy us to the point where we're kind of on our knees. And the only way to get back from that is with love. And that's not with love from another person. That's self-love and self-care. And it's not, you know, when I say self-love and self-care, I don't mean, you know, give yourself a day off, or, you know, have a bath and, you know, I don't know, have a bath and pamper yourself. yes, they're all great things and they're all things that we should do on a regular basis, but it's not about that. It's about self-love and self-care, of absolutely understanding who you are, how you function, what you want and what your purpose is. And when we connect to the self, we understand that the love of the self is enough. You know, once we have that true loving yourself and understanding yourself, then you can do anything. You can move mountains, you can be in the bliss, you can live in the bliss, you can live in the bliss of being absolutely 100% head over heels in love with someone. You can live in that bliss alone. Not that you want to, but imagine if you get yourself to that place where you can exist and live in that place, and then you meet someone who you fall head over heels in love with. Imagine what they experience, imagine what you experience. So I guess what I'm saying is focus on the self, bring energy to the self, bring self-love to the self. And I will be sharing how to do all of this in my course that'll be coming after Christmas, and it'll be coming in January. So I will be sharing all of that with you in this course on tips and techniques on how to bring the focus to yourself. And I think when you're going through heartbreak, that's the most important thing to do, is to absolutely bring it back to who you are and what you want. And, you know, when you say, who am I and what do I want? Most people have no idea. I mean, more people know now after the pandemic, because it's made everyone reflect on their lives and what's good and what's not so good about it. But when you're coming from a place of heartbreak, you're in that raw, open place. And from that place, things change very quickly when you apply yourself, because the mind wants to heal. It doesn't want to feel like this, because the purpose of the mind is to bring life. So the minute you help it a little bit by going, actually, I want this, and you do a few techniques to enhance it and to accelerate it, the mind will work with you and it will help you. So, and that all begins from knowing that love is enough and you are enough. Because, you know, when you go through heartbreak, we always feel we're not enough. And every single human being that I've worked with, most people say, I'm worried I'm not enough. And you are enough. It's only your mind and emotions that are making you doubt that you're enough, because you compare to other people. But if you go on the internal journey and connect to your true self, we're all enough, because at the core it's love, it's purity, it's energy, it's life. So I guess what this love is enough is, love is enough, and remember you're enough. And that's a really good place to start from, because even just using that affirmation every day for the next week, you know, take 5 minutes, sit down, close your eyes in the stillness, in the silence, and just repeat over in your head a few times, I am enough, I am enough, I am enough. Even just 3 times, I am enough, I am enough, I am enough. But when you do it, feel it. You know, the important thing is that you actually feel this, that you actually 100% feel that you are enough. So yeah, that's it for today. It's just a quick little reading today. The Love Is readings will be quite short, because I'm only basing it on one card, and I think it's really important that when we talk about these things that it is short, because it just gives you a little like quick fix rather than kind of lengthy and long-winded. Because, you know, when you're going through, it depends where you're at on your journey of heartbreak, but if you're in the early stages, you know, the last thing you want to do is listen, because it's all too overwhelming. So just by doing little tiny steps every day can have huge, huge, huge effect and create big changes. Okay, so that's it for today. So stay strong, stay happy, stay focused, and I will see you again very soon. and take care.